There is a quiet desperation that settles in the heart of every entrepreneur. It is a feeling many business owners know intimately. The profound commitment of pouring your soul into something, crafting it with meticulous care, perfecting every single detail, only to feel like your passionate efforts are echoing into a vast, silent canyon. You know deep down that your work is exceptional. Your loyal customers confirm it with their glowing reviews and heartfelt compliments. Yet translating that genuine appreciation, that undeniable quality, into consistent, measurable, and predictable growth, that, for so many, remains the elusive challenge, the very canyon itself. Meet Sarah. Her hands, often dusted with flour, were the skilled architects of Sweet Nothings, a charming small bakery nestled on a quaint side street. Her lemon tarts were not merely good, they were legendary, whispered about among locals. Her custom cakes were not just desserts. They were intricate works of art, each telling a unique story. Every single day, she would greet her customers by name, share a genuine laugh, and watch their eyes light up with pure delight at the very first bite. She lived for those moments, those fleeting connections that made all the hard work worthwhile. But after the last crumb was savored, after the final customer had left and the door chimed shut, Sarah would often find herself staring at a dishearteningly empty order book. The pure joy of creation, the artistic satisfaction, was slowly but surely replaced by the gnawing anxiety of stagnant growth, a constant worry about the future of her beloved business. She had tried nearly everything in her quest for expansion. There were the expensive social media campaigns, meticulously planned, that often felt impersonal and seemed to vanish almost instantly into the digital ether, yielding little return. She invested in local newspaper advertisements that cost a small fortune and generated barely a whisper of new interest. Sarah knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that her customers adored her and her creations. She would sometimes overhear them, by chance, at the local coffee shop, passionately raving about her triple chocolate fudge cake to an eager friend. "You simply have to try Sarah's bakery," they would exclaim, their voices filled with genuine enthusiasm. "I will pass on her details. You absolutely must go." But those details, those precious, fleeting recommendations, so full of potential, rarely seemed to make their way to her doorstep. They remained just words, dissolving into the busy, forgetful hum of daily life. Another missed opportunity, another potential customer lost. Each lost referral, each unfulfilled promise of a new patron felt like a tiny betrayal. Not by her customers, of course, but by the invisible, unquantifiable, and frustratingly unpredictable nature of traditional word-of-mouth marketing. She was working harder than she ever had before, pouring more hours and more energy into her business. But Sweet Nothings felt stubbornly stuck, a beautiful secret waiting patiently to be discovered, but without any clear map or reliable guide to lead new customers to its door. One particularly slow Tuesday, after a disheartening week of chasing leads that ultimately went nowhere, Sarah found herself scrolling through a business forum online, feeling utterly defeated and questioning her path. Amidst the usual noise, she saw a small advertisement, almost overlooked, a simple banner that read, "Turn conversations into customers. ReferUS network." Her first thought was a weary, familiar sigh. Another tool? Another grand promise of instant success that would likely just drain her already stretched budget and precious time? But something in the straightforward simplicity of the message, instant referrals, tracked results, real growth, snagged her attention. It spoke directly, almost uncannily, to her deepest pain point, the frustrating problem of those vanishing referrals. The ones she knew were happening but couldn't capture. With a flicker of hesitant hope, a tiny spark in her weary entrepreneurial spirit, she clicked the link. The setup process was surprisingly intuitive and refreshingly quick. She easily uploaded her bakery's charming logo, a warm and inviting description of Sweet Nothings, and all her essential contact details. She then decided on a simple yet appealing reward structure: a free box of her famous macarons for anyone who successfully sent a new customer her way, and a generous 10% off their very first order for the referred friend. It felt fair, it felt generous, and most importantly, it was incredibly easy for anyone to understand. Then came the pivotal moment of truth, inviting her very first referrers. She immediately thought of Mrs. Henderson, her most loyal customer, who bought a custom cake every single month, without fail, and Mark, the friendly owner of the coffee shop right next door, who often informally sent his patrons her way. She sent each of them a quick, personal message, including her unique ReferUS link, explaining the new system. The very next morning, as she rhythmically kneaded dough, her phone buzzed with an unfamiliar but welcome notification. New referral from Mrs. Henderson. Sarah's heart leaped with a mix of surprise and profound excitement. It wasn't just a name on a screen. It was a real person, a tangible lead, complete with a phone number and a thoughtful note from Mrs. Henderson herself, stating, "My friend Emily needs a beautiful cake for her daughter's upcoming birthday. She absolutely loves your chocolate ganache." Sarah, feeling a renewed sense of purpose, immediately called Emily. The conversation was remarkably easy, warm, and already built on a strong foundation of trust, thanks to Mrs. Henderson's glowing recommendation. Emily, feeling confident and well-informed, placed a significant order without hesitation. A wave of relief, profound and utterly unexpected, washed over Sarah. It was more than just a sale. It was a powerful validation of her efforts and her new approach. She logged into her ReferUS dashboard, eager to see the magic unfold. And there it was, clear as day, Emily's order, meticulously attributed directly to Mrs. Henderson. There was no guesswork, no lost phone numbers, no forgotten conversations. Just clear, actionable data, a tangible link between recommendation and revenue. She promptly sent Mrs. Henderson a quick, heartfelt thank you message and a digital voucher for her complimentary macarons. Mrs. Henderson replied almost instantly, clearly delighted. "So easy," she wrote back. "I will tell everyone I know." Encouraged by this immediate success, Sarah began to actively use the My Network feature within ReferUS. She proactively connected with a local florist she often recommended to her cake clients, and a talented party planner she frequently collaborated with. They quickly set up cross-referral agreements, seamlessly sending each other valuable leads through the intuitive ReferUS platform. Her referral ecosystem began to bloom and flourish, transforming into a vibrant network of trusted partners, all working together in a synergistic way, amplifying each other's businesses. The annual town festival arrived, a bustling whirlwind of activity and opportunity. This year, Sarah felt a profound difference in her approach and her outlook. She still had her usual array of delectable treats, but strategically placed next to them was a small, elegant sign displaying her unique ReferUS QR code. "Loved our treats?" she would enthusiastically tell customers. "Refer a friend, and you will get a free box of our famous macarons." Amidst the cheerful chaos of the festival, her phone buzzed again. A new referral. This time, it wasn't from a regular, but from someone who had bought a single cupcake months ago, had scanned the QR code, and was now actively participating in her referral program. This person had referred a local event organizer. A truly significant lead. The event organizer, clearly impressed by the seamless referral process and Sarah's prompt, personalized follow-up, booked Sweet Nothings for a major upcoming charity gala. It was a significant contract, a true game changer that secured her business for many months to come, finally allowing her to hire a much-needed assistant to help manage the growing demand. Standing amidst the bustling festival, the sweet scent of sugar mingling with the profound aroma of success in the air, Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment and vindication. Her passion, her life's work, was finally flourishing, not just surviving precariously from week to week. Sweet Nothings was no longer a beautiful secret. It had transformed into a thriving hub, bustling with a steady stream of new customers, many of them arriving through the powerful and predictable ReferUS system. Sarah was still baking, still pouring her heart and soul into every single creation. But now she did so with a newfound sense of calm, purpose, and confidence she had never known before. The ReferUS dashboard became her trusted companion, her daily guide, showing her the predictable flow of new customers, allowing her to plan for the future, to strategically grow her business, and even, for the first time in years, to take a much-needed vacation without constant worry. The modest $375 annual fee felt like a tiny, almost insignificant investment compared to the consistent, predictable, and substantial growth it brought to her business. Sarah realized a fundamental truth. It wasn't about spending more and more on impersonal, often ineffective advertisements. It was about honoring the deep trust her customers already had in her and her exceptional products. ReferUS didn't replace her passion or her craft. Instead, it powerfully amplified it. It took those fleeting, precious conversations, those genuine recommendations, and transformed them into tangible, trackable, and ultimately predictable growth for her business. It gave her the control she had always craved. If you are pouring your heart and soul into your business, if you truly believe in the immense power of genuine connection and earned trust, then do not let those precious conversations, those invaluable word-of-mouth endorsements, vanish into thin air any longer. Give them a home. Give them a robust system. Give them ReferUS. Stop merely hoping for word-of-mouth to happen and start actively making it predictable, measurable, and repeatable. It is time to turn your happy, satisfied customers into your most effective, most enthusiastic, and most reliable sales team. Visit ReferUS Network today. For just over $1 a day, a single successful referral can more than pay for the entire year's subscription. It is time to make every conversation count, to capture every opportunity, and to finally achieve the predictable growth your passion deserves.